Hello guys, it's Luke from the Free Hammers here. Welcome to All the Gear, No Idea, the show that I do on weekends where you control the topics, you control the questions, and you control where the show goes. I've got the computer, I've got the internet. If you've not subscribed to it already, please do. But let's get on with the show. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. Hello guys, how are we doing? Welcome back to the Free Hammers. I hope you enjoyed the Zuma announcement video I did yesterday. I promise no more singing. I did think of a couple of new songs for Zuma. Does any of you knows the Venga Boys song? You know, the Zoom, 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 Zoom. He plays for West Ham. And there was a couple of funny suggestions for new songs for Zoom, and I thank you guys for that one. Loads of good views on that one, loads of good comments on that one. I think we're all happy. I think it eased the blow of what was sort of a disappointing result yesterday. 7 points after 3 games, we would have bit your hand off, as I said in my review straight after the game. But it was a bit disappointing. We would have liked to have gone 9 points. And if you were looking at those games, you wouldn't have picked out Palace for the team to be the one that we lost the points on. You probably would have said, "Oh, Leicester is the game we might have drawn. Newcastle win, beat them." But listen, 7 points is more than what I expected. I would have said 6 points probably. So we're 1 point ahead of what I thought. Antonio's absolutely flying, with the goals and goal and assist. Should have been 2 assists right at the end with Ben Rama. But, we've got a striker who's in hot form and probably, barring maybe someone like Bruno Fernandes, he's probably well up there for Player of the Month nominations for August when they do come out in the next couple of weeks. Happy Hammer says, "Morning, say no to drugs with Zuma songs." I know, I was just trying to be funny in the video. I hope you liked the video though, guys. I hope you liked it. I put a lot of effort into the editing, little clips in as well. Poor second half cost us, Luke. We should have killed it in the first half yesterday. Just shows why we need more players. Yeah, they did look a bit leggy yesterday, didn't they, Kurt? Sorry, not Kurt, Kent. At one point, we were really, really good in that first half, playing the ball around nicely and looked quite dangerous on the front line. But the second half, we just weren't there. And I thought we got a bit bullied in the centre midfield, to be honest with you. I thought that was one of Rice's poorer games. I won't say it was a bad game because I thought some of his passing was really good. But just wasn't as, didn't get in there. I said that in my review, and I just didn't have that little bit of steel to that yesterday. That Gallagher, though, I've got to say, I wouldn't mind him. That's the first time I've seen him play. If Palace, or let's say, for example, say Rice does go next summer, I wouldn't be against someone like that Gallagher. I thought he was tough in the tackle, and he scored them 2 goals really, really well, which is brilliant. So, yeah, something I would look at Gallagher. If he was to go to Chelsea, for example, Rice. I wouldn't be against that Gallagher, I have to say. I thought he was fantastic yesterday. Morning, Luke. Still on top of the pile and keep living. Yeah, I believe the lowest we can go is 3rd today. Obviously, you expect Man United and Tottenham to win today, so they will go above us. But I think, the lowest we can go is 3rd today, which, again, is brilliant. And that's only 3 games in. But, we've just got to be ready for Southampton. We've got to be ready. He looks good. Southampton, they look okay. Armstrong looks a good little player. They're a decent outfit, considering they've lost a couple of players. They drew with Newcastle yesterday in the last minute with a Ward-Prowse penalty. So hopefully, we're ready for that game. Question I put to you guys, and I'm going to read out every comment today. You know what all the gear. If none of you have seen this show before, basically all it is we discuss whatever you put ahead, right? I've got all the gear, the equipment, but you've got the ideas for topics, and it just leads off. It's a bit of a random show, but I like doing this every now and then. I see that Moyes blames the pitch. Didn't look too bad against Leicester. Yeah, I did read that article as well when he also said about a striker, didn't he? Saying that you'd like a striker, but it's not a guarantee. And then when he looked on the bench, for options, that I think that was quite a deliberate comment from him yesterday when he said about when he looked on the bench, there was Lanzini there and Yarmolenko there, but there was no striker. So maybe he does want one, but it's whether we can push one through. Apparently Lingard today, and I noticed that, I'll put your comment up, Mick, actually. Mick says that West Ham have held talks with Jesse Lingard this morning and will continue today/tomorrow trying to find an agreement. And obviously that is according to Montanelli London, and I believe X as well has also put that out as well. So yeah, hopefully that can get done, mate. We do need him. Listen, we can all sit here and go, okay, I don't want him to go in front of Ben Rama, which I don't. I don't want him to go in front of Fornells, which Fornells is undroppable for me at the moment. But we need options. We need, Moyes needs to look at that bench, and if a Jesse Lingard was on the bench yesterday, or if it was one of the Bowen or Ben Ramas, they're different makers. They can make something happen. We haven't got no one like that. There's no one on the bench that you look at and think, oh, I'm really excited when he comes on. Lanzini's he's a decent little player, but he's not what he used to be. When you look at Wolves, whenever Wolves Traore is going to come on in a minute, or Newcastle last season's game, St Maxim's going to come on in a minute, or players like that. You need someone who's got a little bit of fear factor if they're going to come off the bench. Let's go back into Ken. James, if you want to come on, mate, more than welcome. I'll put the link in the chat. I'd be more than welcome to come on, mate. Just bear with me. Sorry. I've lost the bloody link. Sorry. Invite. Copy the clipboard. Sorry, guys, just 2 seconds. I'm just putting it in there because if anyone does want to come on, it'd be nice to have a chat this morning. Sorry, Ken, I've just went past your comment there. Oh yeah, Gallagher is a good player on his 4th loan already, I believe. Yeah, very, very tidy, mate. And I like the way that he won't shy of a tackle as well. Very, very good player. Good morning, Luke. 7 in 3. Can't complain. Happy days. No, you can't. You can't complain about that. You can't. We would have bit your hand off for that amount of points. James says, morning. Yep, if you want to come on, mate, like I say, links there for you. I made a cheeky loan. I'd make a cheeky loan bid for Martial. He won't play much for Man United. I like him. I do like him, but his attitude absolutely stinks for me. There's times where he looks really, really sulky, a real sulky character. I don't know whether Moyes will like that. I don't know. Did he get brought in under Moyes? Did Moyes bring him in, or did Louis van der Gaal bring him into Manchester United? I can't remember. But that Moyes doesn't like the sulky sort of characters. So maybe one. Listen, very, very good player. Very good player when he's on it. Fantastic finisher. Got that open body finish like Thierry Henry style. But not fully reached that top level, as he's not fully like set it alight totally. But I do like him. Agreed, Gallagher is a good player. Him and Gilmore are good ones, young ones. Yeah, Billy Gilmore as well. I work with a guy who's a Chelsea scout, like a top level scout there. And he's raved about Billy Gilmore for years. I've worked in my place for 8 years, and he's always said that how good they are. So yeah, it's something to look at. But at some point, obviously, we have to look. We have to look beyond Rice, because Rice ain't going to be there forever. And then, if you can, sorry guys, that noise doing nothing. If you can look ahead and look at like, oh yeah, we'll go and get a Gallagher, or we'll try and get Gallagher in the deal with Rice, or a Gilmore, or someone like that. I don't think Billy Gilmore. I think Billy Gilmore's going to go on and have a really good career, like sort of Mason Mount level player. But yeah, definitely one to look at. Lee Heesum says, do you think we will sign Lingard? But apparently, mate, talks going on today in terms of with Moyes. Apparently, Moyes is going to the Wolves game that Man United are planning, which I'll probably stop before. I'll stop before the football starts, whenever the first game kicks off, at least. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I hope so, mate. I hope so. I'm definitely up for it. And I think he'll be a very good signing for us. Van Gaal bought in Martial. There we go. So Moyes hasn't played with him. See, because I always, when Moyes obviously was Man United manager, I'm always suspect. I'm always like, how did he play for Moyes? Like there's, as much as Zaha is a fantastic player, Zaha is never ever going to come to Manchester to West Ham under Moyes. Do you know what I mean? There's certain players that I just wonder, did they play well for him? And obviously, you saying it was a Van der Gaal signing maybe opens that option up. Duncan says it's not a bad start if you consider we played Newcastle, bogey team, Leicester, great team, and could have lost either of those. So Steven, mate, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. I'm not sitting there. I don't want to be negative, mate. As I said in my review, I looked where we are in the table. It wasn't how many points we've got. It wasn't how we're playing. It was just on yesterday. And I suppose that's I better put a good way to go into it here. Matt has said, Luke, what, in your opinion, what are the pros and cons to yesterday's game? Did you go yesterday? I didn't go. I'm not a season ticket holder anymore, guys. I am going to try and go a couple more games as and when the season proper starts going off. But yeah, so James is going to join me in a minute. I'm just letting him set up there because he's just setting up. It'd be a good one to bring him into, actually. Yeah, it's a good one to bring you into, mate. Good question. Just
can't hear you.
hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, mate.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, my mic just disconnected there. Yeah, so it says there, mate, what are the pros and cons to yesterday's game? Should we start with the cons, and then we'll do the pros at the end?
The cons are that it's brought us down to earth, and like where we was buzzing, and now we've come down to reality, basically, that we can't. No game is easy in the Premier League, and we can't expect us to turn up and think we're going to win. Do you know what I mean? Yesterday, I see a bit of it on the TV and all that, and obviously I wasn't there, but it's a point earned, I suppose. Do you know what I mean? This one in ones, a point's better than no points, and
yeah, 7 points after 3 games. Like I say, it is brilliant in the whole perspective, and you know, 3 games, 7 points, you bite your hand off every time. That's the team that's in form. But actually, yesterday, I thought we got a bit bullied in midfield. I thought Souček was quiet yesterday. I think it's one of the worst games that Rice has had.
Yeah, it was basically like at the end of the day with them two. Was it 2 games in 5 days? I think it is, or 4 days. It was. You know what I mean? So that's why this window is massive, mate. And I can't stress it enough that this window has to be. We have to go out and get reinforcements in there because, like, if we're like that now, what we're going to be like when we've got to play 2 games in 5 days.
Yeah, mate, and it ain't long away either, is it? You know, 16th September, it all kicks off. You know, we need some players in. What about Zuma, mate? Obviously, Zuma did sign. That was a bit of good news, finally. Good money, though, 28 million, apparently. What did you make of it, mate? I'm happy, and I think he needs to go straight back in after Dawson yesterday. I thought Dawson looked really wobbly yesterday.
Yeah, great signing, mate. It's what we need. Pace at the back. Been asked, crying out for this for a long time. Premier League experience, solid, good in the air, good on the ground, good at set pieces, good money. It's a good signing. So, yeah, for me, go straight in. Dawson is a backup. As I've said multiple times on different platforms, this man's a backup. He's not a first teamer. And it proved it yesterday. I watched the goals, and he's at fault for both of them, especially the second one.
Definitely at fault for. What about Fabianski, though, as well, mate, for the first goal?
Yeah.
He was a little bit. Is that.
Yeah. Personally, mate, I think Fab should be the Europa League goalkeeper, and Areola should be in. I think Areola's a better goalkeeper, if I'm honest. I know everyone's got this sentimental value with Fab, and this he's been here a long time, and you can't do that to a player. But if you want to succeed at this level, then the best players have to play. And if you had a top up between Fabianski and Areola, who you would say is the better goalkeeper,
Areola, I would. That Southampton game, I'd bring Zuma and Areola in, mate. I would bring both in.
Yeah, and I think it's needed. Obviously, I don't think he will, but that's a different story.
Yeah. It looks like Lingard might sign as well, mate. Apparently, there's a meeting today. I know you want him in. It's got to get done, innit? It's just get it done now. Just get these signings done now.
You've only got to look at the bench yesterday. Right? When we're in a situation and we need players to come off the bench, there is no one on there who's really going to change the game. Lanzini, maybe, fair enough. But there's no one else who really can do any damage on there. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've got a lot of
scary, is there? You know, like I was saying just before you come on, I was saying like when we played Newcastle last year, St. Maxin come on. When we played Wolves, Traore comes on. And when you're a defender and you're tired and this geezer with loads of pace is coming running at you, we ain't got no one like that to scare a defence that are tired.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. That's why I want to. That's why if I had my choice, I'd have Lingard and I'd go and get Origi out of Liverpool.
Yeah, I want Origi, mate, with the loan. Yeah. I'd use the domestic loan on Origi.
Or even pay the money. They want 15 million. If we haven't got 15 million to go and spend, well, we're a Europa League team. I think yesterday that proved it to me that we sort of, when you start running out of ideas, if we don't score first, or we don't score a couple first, then we seem to run out of ideas towards the end of the game, and that's not good. But I must admit, yesterday, to me, from outside and like looking in, like not being there, it's a point. It's 2 points dropped, but it's a point well earned. Like Palace did look good, I must
Oh,
admit.
mate, yeah. Well, after their second goal, mate, I thought we got bullied in midfield, mate. I thought
Yeah,
in midfield we were getting bullied everywhere. Kiati kept winning the ball. That Gallagher looks like a real top player for
yeah.
them. Yeah, I thought we were a bit lucky in the end,
Gallagher's
to
a
be
good
honest with
player,
you.
mate. Gallagher, I said it on your show the other day. I said Gallagher's the one who we've got to be careful of. What it is, last year he played for West Brom, and obviously West Brom, he was in a poor team with West Brom. This year he's in a bit of a better team, with a better manager, and he's going to perform. Obviously, it's his fourth loan now, I believe. So, and he's a Chelsea player, so you know what they're like. They loan everyone out. So, yeah, he done like that second goal was schoolboy ever though, mate, from Dawson.
I made both goals, but all the
Yeah,
goals we've conceded so far this season have been, either a little bit lucky, like the Leicester goal was lucky, or it's a
yeah,
crap mistake.
yeah,
We
yeah.
haven't made
Even
a
the
team
goal
work
against
for a
Newcastle.
goal. We have that, it
Yeah,
ain't like you can put your hands up and go, "Oh, that was world class, that goal."
yeah. Like even the Newcastle game, Callum Wilson running off of Dawson. Like Dawson's good for cover, as I say, but he's not good for the first team. And yeah, I'm glad Zuma's here.
No, mate, I'm buzzing. Anything else on yesterday's game, mate?
Fornals looks very good again. Scored a goal.
Good goal as
Great
well.
play.
Good goal.
Antonio, we need to get a backup striker though, Luke. I can't stress enough that if Antonio goes down, then our performance levels will drop off like a stone in water.
No, it will, mate. He's so crucial, mate. He's so crucial to everything we do. Like he gives the three behind him, license to move around because he's just there all the time, isn't he? Every time he goes down as well, I breathe as well. I'm like, please don't be injured. Please don't be injured.
Yeah. You can't be going through that all season, like thinking that is he going to get injured or whatnot. Do you know what I mean? But as I say, this window is the one. Like we need we do need to make 2 more players. I think we need a striker.
At least two.
Yeah,
At least two.
and if we walk out this window with only Zuma and Ariola, I won't be happy at all, mate, because you're asking for it. Then you're asking for trouble, basically. And then the next game back is Southampton away, which is a game that we sort of play very well. We play dreadful, so it's one of them ones.
Well,
but
you know that Armstrong will score against us as well. That's the thing.
Yeah,
it's a banker, that, isn't it? That's the banker.
It's on the card, mate, again, yeah. But no,
I do like Wood Price for them as well. Wood Price, great.
But on a positive note, and I'll try and leave it with a positive, we've got 7 points out of 3 games, which is not bad. Palace is a game, especially at home. I think I said it on your show the other day. We always seem to just draw with this team at home. Or
bogey team, London derby as well. Just a little bit of bite extra, doesn't it?
And I just think I think we were on such a high from Monday. It's not a loss. That's another positive. It ain't a loss. It could have been a loss towards the end, from what I was seeing. But in the grand scheme of things, it's a good result. Right, 7 points, 3 games. We would have took that, all of us, at the start of the season. And obviously now international break, which is a pain in the arse, really. If I'm speaking the truth, like when you're building some momentum up.
No, that's it, mate. You build that bit of form you want to carry on. That go straight into the next game.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I really do. But no, as I say, mate, 7 points. It's a good return. Yeah. We've got Southampton next. Let's hope for a positive result.
One more question, mate. 3 games in, like you say, good start. What would you give it? Rating out of 10. First 3 games, if you had to give it 10 out of 10. What would you give
I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8. Yeah, I think an 8. I think it goes high if we would have beat Palace, obviously, yesterday. The only disappointing thing yesterday is we was leading twice and we give it away. And we can't keep doing that, going in front and then having teams peg us back. Like, we need to be a bit more dominant.
Keep a clean sheet, mate. We need a clean sheet as well.
Yeah, and that is the thing. Like, if you don't keep clean sheets in this league, you're going to have to play harder.
You've got to score at least 2 goals to win a game. That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. And even then, if we do score, so it doesn't mean we're going to even win the game. So it's one of them ones. Yeah, an 8 for me. I think it got it bang on a Newcastle away. I think the Leicester home performance was one of the best performances I've seen. And obviously, yesterday's game, I think that brought us down to earth a little bit. I think we was on that Like, we was up there, was massively on a
It's good
high.
that happened just before the transfer window as well, mate. You know,
Yeah.
transfer window finishes 2 days' time. Just gives Moyes and Sullivan that little bit of actually, we do need a bit more. We do. We can't just survive on that.
I agree with you on that, because if we would have went there and beat them, say 2 or 3, because I actually expected us to roll them quite comfortably, and because we didn't, maybe now they're thinking, yeah, we do need a little bit of cover in midfield, maybe a left back or a striker or something like that. But we will see. We will find out if Lingard's here and one other is here. And if Lingard does play, if Lingard does sign, then to me that is progression, in my opinion, because we've got a player there.
Two players that go straight into the first team: Lingard, Zuma, and Areola. You could say three that would go straight in. They're not squad fillers, them signings.
No, I do. Like, I think Zuma, like, it'd be night and day with him. Like, you will see a difference like that straight away. You think, you know what? Wow, like,
it comes with that winning mentality as well. You know, when you sign a player from Man United and you sign a player from Chelsea, they're told every week we must win. You know, at West Ham, sometimes the mentality is we must not lose. Where in their mind, it's we must win. Yeah. You can see that with Lingard. Lingard was always trying to win the game.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you there. And our sort of mentality is we must work hard, and then whatever the result is, that'll be it. But I agree. I think Zuma makes a lot of other players better. And if Diop's still here at the end of the window, which I believe he will be, I don't think he'll be going anywhere. I hope Zuma helps Diop progress.
Yeah, I do, mate. I do. I'd like to see them play together maybe a couple of times as well. See that.
And I do believe, right, they're at a perfect age. I think Zuma's 26, Diop's 24. They're both French, and like they're both going to have an understanding, and they're both going to help each other. And I think if Diop can learn off of Zuma and get a bit more aggression in his game, so to speak, you've got the elegance of like playing it out.
Yeah, bring the ball out, but yeah, he needs that little bit of that.
Yeah, that's it. Like a centre half, what a centre half should be. Then to me, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll have 2 young centre halves with pace at the back who can go up. Because I noticed every time I watched Vieira's interview and listened to what he had to say, he said second half they went through the middle with pace, like, and basically balls over the top, basically. And that is one of our weaknesses, I must admit. As West Ham, we're susceptible to a ball over the top. Ball goes over the top, we've got no one back there who can sort of match anyone's pace. So yeah, it's to leave it on this, Luke. It's a point earned, I suppose, and it's 7 points from 9, but. Like, it's a good start to the season. We're top of the league. And basically, all I'm going to say is that I expect Lingard to be here, and I expect one more. And the one more player, I'm not too sure, but someone has been telling me.
I think a striker will happen. I do think the striker's going to happen, whether it's Hojsek, whether it's Origi. I don't know.
Yeah, it has to be someone. And if I tell you what, and I'll say this to you now, if Seema comes through this door, which it couldn't be a million miles away, then I'll be buzzing, because I know that man. 100%. That man is absolutely class, and he's 20 years old.
Rapid,
and he's a sort of player that will bang in goals wherever he goes, and he's only going to get better. So yeah, if Seema turns up here, then it'd be great signing.
Right, mate. I'll let you go. We'll hopefully speak to you later in the week, mate, when we've discussed these transfers if they happen, mate.
I know, mate. I really do. I can't stress to you enough, Luke, that this is one of the biggest windows with West Ham for our progression. Right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so yeah,
mate, definitely. Yeah, mate.
I'll speak to you in the week, mate. Take care.
Take it easy, mate. Thanks for joining me, mate. See you later on. Big thank you to James. Right, let's go back to the comments. As I say, I'll read out every single comment, so I'll go right back. Paul Six, quite a few players were at pace yesterday, made a mistake and did not perform. Lucky to get a draw. I agree, mate. At times yesterday, it was a bit nervy. Knew we would slip up last night. Always the way with Palace. Still better than Arsenal. Oh, listen, Arsenal, I feel so sorry. Like, listen, I banter my mate in work all the time, every week. And yesterday I said, do you know what, mate? I can't banter you today. I actually pity you and feel sorry for you. I feel like I want to give you a hug because that was so bad. Like, I don't wish that on anyone. Jesus Christ, they are awful. There's that video on Twitter. I don't know if you've seen it, with Arsenal's pressing. And Edison just at one point just stands there like, come in. And then no one comes, no one presses. It's awful team. That Norwich game in a couple of weeks' time is a huge game. It's a huge game, that. Yesterday was probably one of the only games I've seen Rice under 6 out of 10. He played better against Leicester and Southampton away. Has to be a result. It does, mate. I was a little bit disappointed with Rice yesterday. I thought he got a little bit bullied in that midfield. Some of the crossfield passing was excellent, but just wasn't as. And Souček as well, just a bit anonymous yesterday. Souček. Hypothetically, if we do sign Lingard, what changes do you make for the Saints? Oh, this question keeps coming up, Scotty, mate, and it's one of the hardest questions of who do you take out. You can't take out Ben Rama. You definitely can't take out Fornals, especially after he said he wants to retire at the club as well. Listen, my love for Pablo even went up higher this morning when I read that interview. I don't know. I suppose you've got to look at maybe like you'd have to look at Bowen potentially, which again is harsh because he's so good and works so hard. I don't know, mate. Honestly, I don't know. The only definite one I'd make is Dawson for Zuma. Zuma for Dawson, sorry. Morning, fellas. 100% agree. We need another pacey attacking player. Someone can bring in to run at time defenders. We do, mate. That's the one thing we do lack. That's that fear factor player off the bench. I think we overestimated West Ham. I saw predictions of 4-6-0. Grounded us, which is good in my opinion. We didn't perform, but still scored twice. Yeah, we still got the result. We still got a point. But yeah, just ground you a little bit. Sometimes you get a little bit carried away. And as we said, me and James were just discussing now, it could have led to Sullivan going, yeah, do you know what? We've got enough. We don't need to back him. Where just that result just gives that little knock and that little bit of doubt in terms of squad depth and, that we do need it. So sometimes positives can come from that slight negative. We had 5 shots against us this season on target and we've conceded 4. Says a lot, mate. It does sound like that. Excuse me. I got sucked into a tweet about Hozek signing yesterday, but what it made me realise is how ecstatic I felt if we signed the forward. Yeah, I got sucked into that tweet a little bit as well, mate. I know the exact tweet you're talking about as well. Once we started playing Europe games, we have trouble. If players are tired, no drive with 2 games in 5 days is not good. Rice and Souček did not play well. I agree with you, mate. Didn't Areola have the best shot stopping statistics last year? He did, mate. He did, and that's why I wanted to sign him. Even before we signed him, when there was all this talk about, we might go for Johnston. You've got Nick Pope out there. You've got Henderson out there, for example. I said, no, I want Areola. And I was absolutely buzzing when he did sign. Oh, apologies. Hopefully Areola gets some play time. He will soon. He definitely will soon. If we don't get Jesse this window, sadly, I'll move on. Yeah. You know what I'm interested in as well? I think what will happen as well. Listen, I do think we're going to sign some players. But I think, this guy, I cannot remember his name for the life of me, the Man City guy that we've brought in as director of football. I think he's lining up signings for January because I believe he can start work with us in January. So it wouldn't surprise me if some deals are potentially lined up, but in January we get quite a decent level player in January, depending on where we are. So it's crucial, actually, that we're still in the Europa League, that we get through the group and that we're still in it for February, because I think that could entice some decent players in, if you're in the last 16 or last 32, if you finish second. So we'll see what happens. That's the best result Palace will get all season. Proper tarts. The way they were celebrating that 2-2. Jesus Christ. Defensive frailties are the negative from the 3 games. Fantastic going forward. Definitely. Going forward. Amazing, mate. Should we worry that Arsenal may try and poach Moyes? Bloody good shout, mate. Do you know what? I didn't even think of that because I was too busy joking with my mates that Sam Allardyce is going to come in and you're going to go from like some of the best football I've ever seen played in my life with Arsenal to Mr. Anti-football in Sam Allardyce. I was too busy bantering him on that. It's a good shout, mate. You know what I mean? Moyes has shown that he can work with, a very small team and sort of averagey players. He can get dead wood out and then he can get the best out of players, and that work rate, effort and drive would be very much like a sort of how they played under a George Graham era, that tough, hard working style with like Adams and all that. Keown. Can't see Yarmolenko as backup striker for the rest of the season, especially what he earns should be better. Yeah, when he came on yesterday, I just thought he ain't going to do nothing. No interest when he came on yesterday. Rob Newman. Oh, is that the Man City guy? Is it Rob Newman? Zuma plays yesterday. We don't concede the second goal. We play Areola. We don't concede the first goal. Got away with that in the end. Good. Fair point, mate. Fair point there. Justified in your point there. If Lingard comes in, Bowen to be dropped and become an impact player. Yeah, again, mate, you can't drop Fornals, and Ben Rama's, started the season excellently. He could have, gone on and what is happening here? Can you still hear my mic, guys? Yeah, you can't drop Fornals, you can't drop Bowen, and obviously Antonio can't be dropped. The only way that I see all four of them playing at any point is if Antonio does get injured, and touch wood, he doesn't get injured anytime soon. You may see that front four, of Lingard in the false nine, Fornals just behind, Ben Rama and Bowen. That's the only time I think you're going to see that. And Sharky, Rob Newman is the game from Man City. When I see Sharky there, it reminds me of the programme Sharky and Jules that I used to watch as a kid. Anything else, guys? Anything else today? I won't go on for any longer than I have to go on, but remember, this is your show. You dictate where you want the topics to go. Oh, whilst I'm here and I've got 30 odd, 40 odd watching, remember, Zavon Hines. I'm doing an interview with him tomorrow. I'm not going to do it live. We're going to record it, probably about half an hour I've got with him tomorrow. So if you've got any questions for him, comment on this video. Don't put it in the chat because it's too long to go back on, or tweet me. Just tweet me a little question. You might say, oh, how good was it, that Millwall goal? Or, what was it like leaving West Ham? What was it like play for West Ham? Give me some questions for him. I'm going to talk to him about the season so far, talk to him about his career, talk to him about the transfer window and stuff like that. And then have a little bit of fun at the end with a little bit of a quiz. So if you've got anything for Zavon, please let me know. Seems harsh on Bain. I'd start Jesse from the bench to begin with. Doesn't set a good example if Lingard comes back in. Yeah. No, I wouldn't change anything yet, apart from Zuma. If Lingard does come in today, tomorrow, Tuesday, whatever, he has got to earn his place, mate. I totally agree. So, and again, that's where it leads to that question that people keep asking me: if Lingard comes in, who do we drop? I wouldn't drop anyone at the moment. It would be too harsh to drop anyone. Can't see Lingard coming in now. Taking too long, it seems. He just doesn't seem that keen, but who knows? I don't know, mate. Ronaldo's gone there now. Unless you want to play with Ronaldo, which who wouldn't? And what a signing that is for Manchester United. If he wants to come play some football, he's back in the England team for the next not friendlies, they're actual competitive games, aren't they? He's got to be there. Do you know what I mean? He's got to be playing his football. And at West Ham, he's going to play every single week, and he's going to be playing in Europa League as well. So he's got to come. He's got to come. And apparently, really positive news coming out, from X and that guy Montanelli or whatever his name is, saying that there's a meeting today. So we'll know. At the end of the day, we're going to know in 2 days' time, aren't we? Tuesday, 11 o'clock, we will know. Is Lingard here? Isn't he here? We will know. Totally agree, Scott. He has to earn his place. Mark, I agree. He's hardly doing anything that makes me think he wants to come back. Also, what would it do to Ben Rama? See, I do defend. I'll defend Jesse on this, and then you guys are free to come back at me or agree with me, whatever. Right? So you said there that he's not doing anything that makes you think he wants to come back. Let's just break it down a little bit, right? So let's look at Rice, for example, yeah? Rice would definitely want to go to Chelsea, okay? If Chelsea put the money on the table, he'd want to go. Chelsea fan, but obviously he's got to play the game of play for West Ham, Lingard, huge Manchester United fan, arguably the biggest club in the world. Had a great time at West Ham. Probably does want to come back, but he can't publicly sort of profess that because he has to be, he's a Man United fan. He's a youngster. He's come from Man United. He doesn't want to sort of kick up a fuss to show that, even though he might be saying that behind the scenes, which is fair enough, and hopefully he is doing that. I think, in front of the cameras and on social media, he has to portray that he's still a Manchester United fan. He still loves Manchester United, etc. So that's the only thing I'd defend him on. Can you imagine if, Rice was openly putting out there that he would like to go to Chelsea and really putting it out there? I'm talking like liking tweets of Chelsea and retweeting stuff about him winning the Champions League and things like that. It would upset us. So I do defend him there. Happy to be proven wrong. Who we got now? Rice looks proper pissed off these days. He has hardly tweeted since the start of the season. He used to tweet after every game last season, worrying. Yeah, listen, I love Dex, and I wish him, I wish he'd stay at the club forever, but it's not going to happen. I've said it in a couple of videos recently of enjoying why he's here, but don't get too hung up on him. Listen, we've lost players before in the past. We move on. When and if it does go, we move on and drive on. Do you know what I mean? If he's that upset about not getting the move, oh well. I don't think Dex is his character. He looked happy, like he's celebrating the goals. He's playing hard every week, apart from yesterday, he was a bit poor. Yeah, and I don't want to sit here and slate Dex, but if he goes, he goes. Go. Do you know what I mean? Just go. Do you know what I mean? I'm not that bothered anymore as long as a replacement is brought in for him. Do you know what I mean? We should be looking to keep these players. But if he's heart set on playing for Chelsea, go. I'd rather someone who's got their heart set on playing for West Ham. When you've got people like Funhouse coming out saying they want to retire at West Ham and they love the club, then so be it. I'm not that bothered if he goes now, to be honest with you. Lingard is under contract at Manchester United and they decide his future. If he's not given assurances, then the window may be open. I agree, Paul. Fair enough, Luke, regarding Lingard. Who is the player X has said we may sign? That's got to be Vlasic, isn't it? Vlasic or Lingard, I'd reckon, or unless it's an exciting striker. I don't know, mate. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. Rice is happy watching him off the ball. He's probably... Yeah, mate, no, nothing on his performances. Yes, he was poor, but that was just poor performance. Nothing saying that he's strolling around like Payet was towards the end, and Arnie was, and Sacco was towards the end. Nothing suggests performance-wise that he's not dedicated still to the club. But I do agree, if a bid coming tomorrow of 100 million or today for 100 million and it was accepted, he's gone. He's not going to go, oh, actually, I'm going to stay at West Ham. Do you know what I mean? Like he would go if the opportunity arose. No one is bigger than the club. If he goes, West Ham will still be it. Yes, mate, we've lost better players in the past. Rice is a great player. We've lost Rio, as much as I can't stand the geezer now. Frank Lampard, Joe Cole, Trevor Sinclair, Palad Canio, the list goes on. Payet and Arnautovic over the years. We've lost top players. We move on. We go again. It gives an opportunity for another person to come through. You never know. If Rice does go, that may be Connor Coventry's chance to step up into the limelight. Do you know what I mean? There's always someone there knocking on the door who will step up and do it. I honestly believed, if Kane would have left Manchester, Tottenham, someone would have stepped up. Son would have stepped up and done, been given the goals. We've seen it. We've seen it loads of times. When a player leaves, it gives an opportunity for someone to step up. I don't want him to go, but I'm honestly, if he does go, I'm over it. Did anyone know how good Conor Gallagher was going to be? He twisted Dawson like a melon. It was a great goal. When I was watching it on telly, I didn't actually watch the replay because usually I have a little sulk where I go for a little walk for 2 minutes. When I rewatched it on Match of the Day, lovely goal. Left foot, right foot touch, then left foot. Left foot touch, right foot touch, left foot to set himself, and then right foot in the goal. It was a great goal. Rice will go next season if the team does not perform. So let's enjoy him while he's here. Totally, mate. Enjoy him while he's here. But listen, when the time comes, don't be too upset. I've been there. I've done it too many times. I was upset when Rio left. When Joe Cole left. I was 18. I was in Faliraki. And I remember Sky Sports News was on and Joe Cole was sitting in a Chelsea shirt. That is the most hurt I've ever been for a footballer leaving West Ham. That will not happen to me again. Do you know what I mean? I love players. I love, when Dimmy left as well, that was hurtful. But no player will hurt me anymore. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, they're footballers at the end of the day. And we move on as a club. If one goes, one is ready to come in, who is just as hungry and is just as will take the opportunity with both hands. They may not be technically as good as Dex, but they will fight for the badge. And that's the most important thing at the end of the day. I want players that want to be at West Ham. And that is what Moyes is building and Moyes is bringing to the club. Anything else, guys? Anything else you guys want to talk about? Ask me anything. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's have a little bit of fun. Let me put a banner up so you guys know what we're talking about if you just joined. Right, ask me anything. Yeah. So if anyone joins, we can have some fun. Antonio and Fornals looked so relaxed and confident in front of it. Oh, it's beautiful, mate, wasn't it? Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Brilliant, and a lovely finish as well. Paul incident did me not happened again. Yeah, obviously for your generation, make the Paul Ince one. You know, young, really top player for West Ham. Went on, you know, to go Manchester United, and the way he did it was obviously disgraceful. Yeah, don't get too hung up on players. It's getting hung up and too attached to a player is a young man's game. You know, we're older now. You know, we know it happens. Do you know what I mean? I heard that United won't sell to us because we are potential rivals. Genuinely, be interesting, mate, if that is true. West Ham cannot lose such an important player like Rice until they get replaced. Yes, I'm not saying just sell Rice and not. Let me restate what I'm saying. If we went and got a Basuma in, for example, or the next Ndidi, for example, or even a Gallagher, for example, I thought Gallagher, you know, showed that he can defend and attack yesterday. Yeah, someone's got to be bought in before they go, like what Aston Villa's done. You know, Buendia, Ings, Bailey as well. Buendia scored a great goal yesterday as well. They was all in before Grealish actually went. So that is the transition that has to be made when Rice does go. Everyone coming out saying that X's latest Patreon is very promising. Is anyone a Patreon member? Is anyone a member? Is anyone a member so we can talk about it? I'm not a member. I'm sorry. I can't afford to be paying £5 a month. The wages Zuma is on may cause unrest with other players. Very good point. You know, someone like Soufal and Soucek who have been doing business all the time. Even Antonio may go, do you know what? I'm on £100 a week. It's a very, very good point, mate. But if Zuma comes in, you know, and puts on a massive performance in the first few games, all of a sudden that goes out the window because they go, oh, okay, he's justified it. You know, we can see his quality. Like a bit like Lingard, you know, if Lingard, the way Lingard come in, if he would have been put on £145 a week and performed those 9 games like that, the players would go, okay, yeah, hold their hands up, he's worth that money. But it's down to Zuma to justify his wages. In my opinion, now Ronaldo is back, our chance of getting Lingard have increased. Yeah, mate, I'm with you. Apart from the prestige of playing with Ronaldo that any player would want to, he's not going to get in that team. He's not. Bruno Fernandes, I can't stand a geezer, but he's one of the best centre midfielders in the Prem. Pogba, when he's on it, we see it the other day, 4 assists. You ain't getting in front of him. When Rashford's back from his injury, Sancho, you don't pay 70 million and not play Sancho. Greenwood is very liked with the club. Still got Martial there if Martial doesn't move on. So it's tough, mate. It was very, very tough for him to get in. You got McTominay in there. If you were thinking, could he play a deeper role? Yeah, I just don't see him getting in, mate. How likely Antonio up front in our first Europa League game versus Zagreb away, followed by Manchester United a few days later? Good question, that one. Good question. Especially where it's away. Like I said, a key word is away. I don't know, mate. I don't know. I suppose Moyes, it's a balancing act with Moyes, isn't it? I think that Oki Flex bloke is going to get some games, but hopefully we've got a new striker in, mate, and we don't have to, you know, think about Antonio playing 2 games that quickly. And you've got to think that potentially it's Thursday, Sunday, and Wednesday, I believe, with the Carling Cup game as well. So many games, 3 in a row, boom, 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 boom. Like he's not got to do some shuffling. Bobby Moore going to Fulham was heartbreaking for me. My dad supported Fulham and started going to Craven Cottage again after years of not bothering. Made me sick. Yeah, that must have been an interesting one. That must have been when Bobby went. Zuma's wages are apparently on par with our top players at the club. I don't think he is our top earner. Hopefully, mate. Hi, where do you think we'll finish this season? If players stay fit and we can get 4 players in over the next couple of days, not weeks, days. I don't see no reason why we can't get a good top 8, top 9 finish, and I'll be happy with that. But yeah, we do need players. We do need players for the door. Reading between the lines, a deal could be wrapped up today here in Vlasic. Is that from the Patreon? Is that the Patreon news? Just trying to see if I can find anything here. Sometimes it gets leaked, doesn't it, on the on the old Twitter. Is there anything, guys? Any of you guys got anything on that? Be good to discuss in the next sort of 10 minutes. Just have a quick look. Let's have a Scotty Venn says, however, it's West Ham, so not confident. Trev says, X-Post says, news will break today over potential signing. Sounds promising. He is holding details back for his podcast. What, has he got a podcast today, has he? Yeah, so hopefully another signing today. That would be very, very positive. And then we can go into the transfer deadline day on Tuesday, trying to maybe pick up some loan deals, because there's no point not using them. There isn't. And there is no point, especially with Europa League football, there's no point us not dipping our toe in there. People might turn their nose up at some of the names I'm going to list off here, like a Loftus-Cheek, a Barkley, an Origi, for example, who I think we should go and get him on loan. I do agree with James on that one. But yeah, in terms of like filling up the squad for Europa League, you can't say that Barkley wouldn't do a job in Europa League, no? Even sun shines on a dog's once a year. Palace were very lucky. Soufal didn't let Zaha look at ball, and 2 lucky goals from the young lad. Apart from that, very impressed with our counters. The second goal weren't lucky, mate. The second goal was a great goal. But yeah, I sort of agree with you. We didn't help ourselves. We didn't help ourselves with them goals, mate. With Vlasic and Lingard, we're genuinely winning the league. We've got to go and beat someone like Palace first. I'll tell you a famous sort of quote from Moisey came back to sort of bite yesterday, didn't it? What were we, 2-3 points away from Champions League football last year? Those 2 points were the points you needed to pick up. Same as last year with Palace. 2 points dropped. They're the sort of points you need to be picking up. We could quite easily pick up 2 loans. Yeah, and we should use our domestic loans. We 100% should use our domestic loans. They're there to be used. There's players around Chelsea. There's players in Liverpool. There's players at United. Like someone said, do you go out and proper have a big gamble? You go and get Lingard in, for example, and then was it Kent who said it? Go and put some money on the table for a loan deal for Martial. Even if it costs you 5 million. 5 million year loan deal for Martial. Bring him in. As much as Antonio is fantastic, and I think if Antonio stayed fit, he'd get 20 goals this year. How good would it be to have someone like Martial treading on his toes? You have got to keep up this level of performance. And I don't doubt that Antonio wouldn't keep up that level of performance. He's just that sort of player. But if you've got Martial in as well, and Martial was coming in and scoring goals and doing bits, it's what you need. It's just you need just that little bit in the back of your head, like someone's going to take my place if I don't deliver. And as much as I don't think Antonio's got that in his head in terms of his performance levels, it is good to have that there. Hit that like button, guys, as Duncan says there. Although not popular, I think we will loan Barkley. Moyes knows how to get the best out of him and has worked with him. Mate, I'm not against it. Not against that deal at all. I know he wasn't great for Villa. He wasn't great. But again, I think you've got the point there with Moyes. I think there's that father-son relationship, like with Lingard, that could get the best out of him. And he'd be excellent in Europa League for us. If you had him in Europa League, he'd be excellent. Hit the like button, guys. Please do that for me. I'll take Vlasic, loan Lingard, and a lone striker. 100%, mate. 100%, mate. Be absolutely buzzing, mate, with that. Please hit the like button, guys, if you just join me. Loans can make a real difference. Remember how useful Jenkinson was. Yeah, what good money in that original bit. That's when I still had a season ticket in. Song, excellent. One of the best players I've seen at West Ham, honestly. I know he only played a few games for us, but in terms of his quality and, just elegance on the ball, Song was fantastic. Moses scored some important goals for us as well when they were at the bowling. But then there's also, the bad ones, the Wayne Bridges. Even Robbie Keane weren't that good for us, was he, at the time? The Emanekis. Oh, Jesus. So it's always a gamble, but you got to dip your toe in that loan market. You have 100%. You have to dip your toe in it. As I say, guys, ask me anything. 49 is in the chat now. So please, guys, get some questions in for me. Let me know what you want to see. I'm just seeing where the likes are, guys, on this video. I'm just seeing where we are in terms of the likes. Get some questions in. So currently, 2 dislikes. Who's disliking this video? So we're currently on 26 likes. Yeah, 26. Come on, let's get it out. Let's get that up. Who's disliking the video? Did you see Vlasic's medical could be concluded tomorrow? I didn't, mate. I know there's some rumours floating about in terms of signings, but thanks for updating me on that, mate. I hope there's some genuine truth in that, mate, because he would be a decent signing to bring in. Anyone Moyes brings in, I trust in. Would you like Lingard or 2 players that aren't Lingard? I would like Lingard. I'm not going to lie. He was really, really good, and I liked his winning mentality. I think he brought a lot to the club when he was there. Yes, his performances did drop off, but I just liked that he was always looking like. As much as I cannot stand Rio Ferdinand, one of the things that he said, Rio, right, when he went to Manchester United, Roy Keane was there, and he said, first training sessions, he was always playing safe, just to be, I'm Man United player now, just got to make sure I'm safe. And then Roy Keane turned to Rio and said, nah, mate, at Manchester United, we're always looking for that killer pass. We're always looking for that goal. And that's what Lingard bought. He was always driving forward. He was always looking for a killer pass. He was always going for that shot and wanted to win. And that's what I liked about that winning mentality that he brought. Even if we can't use them in the cups against their parents' clubs, they would be a lifeline in the Europa League. 100%, mate. 100%. We need depth. Great show, mate. Subscribe. Look forward to future videos. Thanks, Scotty, mate. Thank you so much. We're very, very close to 3,500 now. I believe we only need 6. I think it's 6 more for that. Again, if you've got any questions for Zavon Hines, I'm interviewing him tomorrow, which will be a great one. What's it say? I said we didn't need Lingard, but I was very wrong. Still 7 points. So, yeah, get him in. Nikolai Vlasic looking real. Yeah, I'm going to go and watch some videos on him now, because I'll probably have to do one of my funny little videos like I did for Zuma yesterday if we do announce it. Anything else, guys? Anything else? Literally 5 more minutes I'm going to go for. So get them questions in quick. Is Vlasic an alternative to Lingard? Maybe, mate. If we're spending money on Vlasic, maybe we won't be in for Lingard. Maybe Lingard could be another loan where he signs a deal for Manchester United for a year and we sign a loan deal. Because I know his contract runs out in June next year. Lingard, could it be the case that he signs a year extension so that it goes to the year after, and then we get an option to buy, and then we might, pay like a sort of 5 million loan fee, and then I don't know, 5-10 million next summer. Who knows? Was anyone else a bit shocked at the 30 million fee for Zuma? Hopefully there's still a bit more money in the bank than with loan. Yeah, I do think they play a bit of games with that. When they say they got 45 million, I think there's a bit of games there. They're not going to fully come out and go, oh, yeah, we've got 70, 80 million. I do think there's more, and that budget can be stretched a little bit more. 30 million for an international defender who won the Champions League last year. It's a good price, mate. People were commenting on the reaction video yesterday. Ben White, 50 million. Don't get me wrong, he could go on and be a £50 million defender, Ben White. But everything I've seen so far, mate, they've paid serious money for a player who's not at £50 million level yet. Luke, if we bring in a striker, who do you fancy? Out of the ones left, because the ones that I wanted are gone. I would have loved Danny Ings at West Ham. Armstrong would have been the next one. I think you have to look at, there's 3 probably. Like if you actually if we were going to spend money on one, you're looking at a Simmer or a Hojsek. If you're looking for a potential future one. Apart from that, like I say, on loan, I'm not against the Origi signing. I really am not against it. I think he would be okay for us. I really, really do think I think he would score goals. Maybe we offer Yarmolenko for Vlasic. Yeah, it'd be nice to get Yarmolenko off the wage bill. It really, really would. Here's an old school question. We revere Devonshire, Bonds and Brooking, but I get the feeling that Jeff Hurst is overlooked bleeds West Ham, yet not much is made of him. Yeah, I don't know, mate. World Cup winner. He's in that statue at Upton Park, isn't he? But yeah, I suppose, yeah. When you mention West Ham names, you all go down the road of Devo, Bonds, and Brooklyn. And then, yeah, Jeff does get over. Jeff Hurst actually liked my tweet the other day. I was absolutely like starstruck. I put out a tweet after the Antonio broke the record on Monday, and I said, I think your record's safe, Jeff. And he liked my tweet. Obviously, his record is 265 West Ham goals. He's second on the list, Jeff. When Noble goes next year, and probably Declan as well, who do you think the next captain is? God, that's a great question, mate. That's a bloody good question. If he stays again, because another one who could go is Souček, mate. I think I'd give it to Souček or Soufal. I think, or Oggy. Oggy actually. Oggy. I'd give it to Oggy for a couple of years because Oggy. Who knows if Zuma goes on? Zuma could be our captain. Trying to think who else. Yeah, Fonels isn't that mouthy. Ben Rahman, no. Bowen, no. Cresswell, I suppose. Yeah, you've got Cresswell there. I'll go through some of these comments here. Manu could extend Lingard's contract and use him against Deck next. Yeah, that's a valid point as well, mate. Even Ramsdale, Arsenal paid too much for an average player. They did. Andy Miles, mate, I see your interview on West Ham Fan TV, mate. I watch it. I always watch when your one's on. Morning, Luke. Hope you're good. Disappointed with the result, but great news about Zuma. Fab needs to be dropped, in my opinion. Also, I agree, mate. I'd put Ariola in there. And that's harsh. It's harsh, but yeah, I would put Ariola in there. Bono is captain material. It definitely is. Cresswell, Dawson. You say Dawson, mate, but is he going to start? Do you know what I mean? You're going to have Oggy and Zuma probably, or you're going to have Zuma and Diop, or Zuma and Dawson. But I can't. Dawson's not going to be the first choice, is he? That's the problem in regards to captain. But yeah, it's a bloody good question. Now, it's not something you think about. But you could say Martin Peters as well. But you normally favour players you have seen. Yeah, like my generation is Paolo Di Canio. If anyone asked me, Luke, who's your favourite West Ham player ever? Paolo Di Canio. But I never see Billy Bonds. I never see Bobby Moore. And obviously I understand how good a player they were. But Paolo Di Canio is my player. My dad's player is Devonshire. My granddad's favourite player, Bobby Moore. It's your generational thing. My nephew's probably the best player they've ever seen is Payet. Do you know what I mean? It just goes on. Soufal would be a brilliant captain. He would also check. I like both of them. Anything else, guys? Andy Miles says we're still top. Need Wolves to do us a favour. Come on, Adamar, have the game of your life. Yes, I'm going to go and watch that game in a minute. I believe it kicks off very, very soon. When does it actually kick off, guys? Is it soon? When does it kick off? What time's it kick off for them games today? 2 o'clock. Got a little while yet. Every time West Ham tweet, because I've got notifications from when West Ham tweet, I get really, really excited that we've signed someone, and then it ends up just being like just a random tweet. Captain Soufal. Had to watch Ian Dowie. Do you have a favourite West Ham memorabilia? I've got a couple of things actually. 2 things that I like, really, really like, cherish. I've got. We'll start with the lesser one. I've got a match-worn shirt by Mauro Zarate. So you can appreciate how small he is, and I won that on West Ham Fan TV. So before I started this channel, I entered a competition on Twitter for West Ham Fan TV to win the Zarate shirt, and I won it. And from that, inspired me to make my own show. And then the second one is a signed classic West Ham shirt by the men. You know what I mean? Billy Bonds and Sir Trev. That they are my cherished items. I've got loads of photos, from Treble Heath days, Trevor Sinclair, Shaka Islop, Frank Lampard Jr., John Moncur, Stuart Pearce, Ian Wright, loads and loads of pictures, Stevie Lomas, Carrick. I've got loads of pictures of them days, so I cherish all them pictures as well. 2, I'm thinking of watching Celtic Rangers at the moment. Tottenham to go top if they beat Watford, which is annoying. Yeah, we need a Watford performance today, but I expect Kane to get an hat-trick today. And Spurs need to draw or lose, and they will go top. That'd be annoying, wouldn't it? I saw more Hurst and Peters, but it seems like a different game back then. Only one sub, horrible pitches, clattering tackles, horrible comb overs, a bit like mine. Hard to compare with them today. Definitely, mate. Definitely, mate. And you know, back then as well, straight in the black line for a beer with all the fans. You know, proper. You know, working man's game back then. You know, they was with the fans all the time. And it's such a shame that doesn't exist anymore. The money, you know, money's killed football in terms of that player and fan relationship. You do get rare player every now and then, you know, that turns up and does wonderful things and still tries to get in with the fans, but it's a rare thing now. You know, they've become slightly untouchable. I don't know whether you've ever been to a signing when they used to do signings at Upton Park in a club shop. Honestly, it was like the Queen was turning up. The way they flap around these players like umbrellas over them, and there's this geezer with a moustache. He's probably still part of the club, and there's a woman that always flapping around the players like they're gods. It's like they're not gods. They're not gods. They're just human beings. Yes, you know, they're heroes to us. They're not gods. Sufal on the bus. Right, anything else, guys? Last bit now. I promise, last bit, because this has gone on now. Just you're going to check the likes quickly. If we check the likes, currently we are on 32 likes and 2 dislikes. Come on, man. What's your favourite meat on a roast dinner? Cola gammon, mate. Cola gammon with a mustard. You know when you slow cook it in the cooker, in the slow cooker with a Coke. Do that for like 8 hours. Then you put the mustard and honey on it. Oh my god, that is just like butter. Just falls off like butter, mate. Absolutely love it. But I do love turkey as well. I do love turkey night, and I sometimes treat myself to a turkey. Not just Christmas. Fabrizio Romano has just tweeted that we are in advanced talks for Nico Vlasic. I'm going to have to go and do some research on this geezer now, and to check that, to make my video for him. I'm going to have to do some proper research. I'll tell you what, we'll do that in a minute. Actually, we'll do a little bit on Vlasic. Let me get it up. Let's have a look at what sort of player we're getting here. Do some research on him. Bear with me, guys. Just 2 seconds. Let me just finish these comments off. We had PE lessons done wow by Brookin, Devo, and Parksy. The community workers. Wow, mate. I'm a PE, as you know, I'm a PE teacher. If Trevor Brookin ever walked in my building and wanted to come and teach me, or like for example nowadays, if it was like not Pyatt, you know, 4 hours or something like that, and come and took my PE lessons, mate, I'll be absolutely buzzing. Pineapple on a pizza? No, mate. Ham and mushroom for me. And I know a lot of people don't like mushrooms either. I like ham and mushroom pizza, just standard farmhouse pizza for me. I do love farmhouse. But there's this new one near me, and I think Andy, I actually heard Andy say on the channel the other night, actually, a doner kebab pizza. I've had it, mate. I've had the doner kebab pizza. They do it in Benfleet, a place called Hot Hut. And that's a mean old pizza, that is, mate. That's proper a heartburn. Medical book for Vlasic tomorrow. Let's hope so, mate. Who disliked? You don't need to watch. Mate, I agree. Listen, I'm happy for people to not like my channel. But if you don't like it, just don't watch it. Switch it off. Why have you got a dislike? I'm never rude or horrible on this channel. Just don't watch it. It's either rivals or it's just imbeciles that does not know how to talk to people that they fancy. That's the nicest way to put it. You had to pick a 5-a-side team of West Ham players in your lifetime. Who would you pick? 5-a-side for my lifetime. Let me just do Scotty's one. He would have Ludo, Rio, Parker, Pyatt, and DeCanny. I'll tell you, mine won't be too far off that, mate. I think I would have Rob Green in goal, because I love him. Just absolute hero. Igor Stimac, rare one. There you go. Greeny, Stimac, Parker, definitely Parker. And I think, yeah, you have to go to Kenny and Pyatt up front, don't you? You have to. Great shout, Luke. Used to play forever, and he did, that Vlasic guy. Parks, Lampard, Brooklyn, Devonshire, and Goddard. That's just cheating, Glenn, that you've got them players that you can pick from. We're top of the league. That's why we get the hate. We do, mate. We do indeed. I met Trevor Brooklyn at Havering Sixth Form College. His nephew went there the same time I was there. Great memory. I have met Trev, though. I have met him. I've met him twice. And as you say, mate, nicest man you'll ever meet in your life. Loads of time talking to people as well. Greeny, Ginger Pele, Joe Cole, Joey as well. Pyatt and DeCanio. Love Joey. I never dislike. I just watch. We all have different opinions. We do, mate. The problem is some people take it to eyes. What was it the other day? I did a Europa League reaction video, and I had to block the geezer in the end because he was just doing my nothing. I was, like joking about in terms of names that come out of the hat. Like I was making up a name of all the clubs that are there, like Rapid Vienna, Dynamo, Koblice, Belgrade, Partizani. Like, because you do get them random clubs that get pulled out. And the guy took so much offence. He's like, "Oh mate, go away, go and get a girlfriend and sort yourself out." Like, just. You're spending your whole time getting frustrated about some geezer from Benfleet who's making a YouTube video. Like, go and sort yourself out. TrevTube. I was in school in Romford. They did a lot of work around there. See, I went to school in Canning Town. That's what it was. See, I need to go to school in Romford. We need a backup for Cresswell we need a bench with an attacking threat. Lanzini might have been a game changer once upon a time. Same as Yarmo, but those dames are gone, mate. 100,000,000%. Rival channels, Luke. Sod them. Cream rises to the top. Keep it up, lads. Yeah, and I've got to say, again, I keep repeating myself, and I'm going to say it while there's 48 years watching now. You guys have been fantastic this summer. In the summer, as I always say, I say at the start of every summer, is when we have our big boost because I've got so much time to make videos. Sadly, I go back to work on Wednesday. But yeah, I'm going to try my hardest, guys, to keep putting out at least a video every other day. If it's not a video a day, I'm going to keep up the FIFA series, keep up the previews. My missus, thankfully, is starting, going to do the adult learning thing on the nights on a Thursday and a Wednesday. So what I'm hoping is on them Thursdays and Wednesdays, I can do the call-in shows. So like at 5 or 6 o'clock on a Thursday and a Wednesday when she starts going in a few weeks' time, I can start doing the call-in shows then. I still get one day on a weekend that I can do these things. So yeah, I'm going to still try and make we're pushing really hard, pushing so hard to get that 4K. I want that 4K. Again, that is no thingy on the views. Our best video is something like 15K views. That was when we had 800 subscribers. Subscribers doesn't really mean much. It just looks nice. It's nice to look at, but it's about the views. And I'm just trying my hardest. That's all I can do. Ketchup in the fridge or cupboard? I keep it in the cupboard. Mayonnaise in the fridge, but I keep it in the cupboard. My missus goes through ketchup like it's water. Like she's one of them ones that's just like, like big mountain of ketchup. I'm not the biggest fan of ketchup, to be honest with you. I'm more mayonnaise. I like mayonnaise on my chips. But yeah, my missus ketchup everywhere. I'll tell you what I used to do. I don't know. Again, I come from Canning Town, so chicken and chip shops, yeah. It was chili sauce all over the chips and then mayonnaise and all mix it all in. That's my classic. Oh. They used to do an evening stand 5-a-side. Was great entertainment. It was. Andy Miles says, Luke, you and Paul have smashed it. It's definitely the channel to watch. Thanks, mate. Listen, my inspirational channel, yeah, there's 2, yeah. I absolutely love West Ham Fan TV. Obviously, Post-Match Pint is like a religion. I have to watch that, and I'm looking forward to them doing their Post-Match Pint for the next game. Gio and Gonzo are such great guys. They've helped me out so much over the years. Sort of got me back into coming back onto doing it, especially Gonzo, because I had a break for a while. In my personal life, it was a bit mental, and I couldn't have time to do it. And I came back, and then the channel just picked up again. A big thank you to Gio and Gonzo every time. Listen, not a bad word against them ever. So yeah, them 2. And then, the up and coming channels like Jake, who's just brilliant. What a presenter for such a young lad. And I do like JP. I do. I like it. I love him. I love JP. He's always great when he comes on here. Yeah, and I really would love to go and have a beer with these people as well. And hopefully I'll get to have a beer with you guys later on in the season. I went to the Forest Lodge, also trained over at Redbridge. Lampard Senior was there occasionally. I'm just going to keep going, guys. I wasn't going to keep going, but I'm just going to keep going. Scott, in the fridge after opening it. Oh, you're a fridge man, are you? The bench did look a very sorry sight on Saturday. Not just Saturday, mate. last few games, mate, you look at him, I'm not inspired by it. I suppose Okaflex hasn't been on the bench though. He looks all right. I'd keep him on the bench. They used to show the London five-a-sides on TV. Exciting. We used to do it all the time. Do you remember when they used to do the Masters as well? How good was that? I used to love the Masters when you had like Julian Dix playing, Steve Potts, Tony Cottee, and then you have like Letizia playing for Southampton. I used to love them. Yes, Acid was brilliant for you. Didn't realise you were a teacher, Luke. Snap key stage 1 and 2. Yeah, I'm Pete. I'm not in class. I'm not in class. I teach PE, key stage 1, key stage 2. So yeah, I teach all the way from nursery to primary school. Nursery to year 6. Yeah, I used to work in secondary school. I used to work in Cumberland. But yeah, now I'm in a primary school. I love it. I love. I think that's a key. Key time where you learn your key skills as a kid. So important job that you do. I know what you mean, Luke. On Forge from Iron, now 750 subscribers, but lots of views slowly on the rise. Yeah, mate, takes time. One video, and you boom. Send the lineup for the under 23 today. Yeah, I have, mate. Yeah, I literally just came up on my phone there. Actually, the lineup for the under 23s. Anyone who hasn't seen it. Ashby, great player. Masuaku in there. That Greenwich guy, actually I work with a geezer who's related to him. Oki Flex, Odabeku, decent front lot there, isn't it? Baptiste on the bench as well, yeah, decent. Wish we could subscribe more than once. Mayo or French fry, mayo on French fries, definitely, mate. West Ham Fan TV, Hammers chat, and you will get there, Luke. Yeah, mate, it takes time. Like I said, I had a break for nearly 6 months. 6 months we didn't make a video. We had a break. There was stuff going on. I was moving house, stuff going on in my personal life. Well, I just think I couldn't make a video. Literally, I couldn't, because my brain just wouldn't. Just had too much going on about 4 or 5 years ago. Like coincided sort of with when we moved to the new stadium. Just so much was going on. I lost a little bit of drive for the channel, and then since I've moved and all that stuff's behind me now, back on it. Do you know what I mean? Back on focus. Love the channel. Love working on it. And I realised, you know what I mean? I weren't chasing views no more. It's not about chasing views and chasing subscribers. It's about having fun and having a laugh. And then through having fun and having a laugh, you end up getting the views and subscribers anyway, because you're enjoying it and people enjoying watching you enjoy making content. West Ham fans are so lucky to have West Ham content, including yours. Yeah, we are. We're very spoilt. We are very, very spoilt with the content. And I'm forgetting people like Russ as well. Obviously, My Hammers 11. I feel bad not mentioning him now. You got people like that as well that are making good stuff. Forged by Irons, new channel. They're doing good stuff as well. West Ham Clips, absolute genius of a guy. Do you know what I mean? What an absolute genius. If you haven't seen my interview with him, go and check that out on my channel as well. That was a great interview, that was. 100% agree. I was just typing the same. Luke, I am your father, but you're the daddy. Thanks, mate. I don't get that a lot at all either. Dan Bowden, friend of the show. 2 points dropped yesterday, gutted, but 7 points on the board out of 3 games. Great start, mate. You can't argue with that, mate. Listen, mate, you would bite your hand off for that, mate. And I think fair point from you, mate. Is Neves injured for the under 23s? He's a great prospect. Well, yeah, he's not in the team today, mate. So maybe he's got a little knock, mate. But yeah, top prospect. Where can you watch the under 23s lives? I watch Rising Hammers, but live would be better. I don't know, mate, actually. I don't know. Dan says this channel's great, but Paul talks a lot of nonsense. Lucky you're his friend. You can get away with it, mate. You can get away with comments like that. Oh, what was I going to do? Oh, yeah, I remember now. Vlasic, wasn't it? I was going to have a look at Vlasic. Yeah, so Vlasic, yeah. Nikola Vlasic, apparently, as we say, medical booked. So he was born on the 4th of October. He's 23, so he'll be 24 very, very soon. Attacking midfielder, 178 metres, whatever that is in foot, I don't know. Apparently his value is around 27 million. Currently playing for CSK Moscow. That's what he looks like there, if you've not seen him, guys. He's made 4 appearances so far. Oh, sorry, he made 4 appearances at the Euros, and he did score a goal. Come on, this bit needs to load, please. There we go. So yeah, that's where you can play right wing, left wing, and attacking mid. Anything else there? He's right-footed. He's played for Everton, and obviously, people keep saying about the Everton thing. He was quite young. He was a little bit younger at Everton days. Look, see there, like 2018. He was only 23, so he was only like 19 then. CSK Moscow, Hajduk Split, and obviously that was his youth career. But yeah, it looks like he's may join West Ham. AC Milan also interested as well, apparently. Yeah, so that's Niko Vlasic. I just want to see, because I always like typing in strengths and weaknesses of a player. Strengths and weaknesses. Here we go. This is the site I use for my previews as well, guys. You'll recognise this site, whoscored.com. Yeah. So they list his strengths and weaknesses as, here we go. So strengths, key passes, very strong. Holding onto the ball, very strong. Long shots, strong. Dribbling, strong. Crossing the ball, finishing, very strong. Weaknesses are tackling, but you'd expect that from attacking midfielder. His style of play is he likes to cut inside a lot. Likes to play the short pass, likes to do the layoffs, counter-attacking threat, likes to dribble and does not dive into tackles. All sort of, links in well to what Moyes would want, really, isn't it? When we look at players that Moyes goes for, that is the sort of thing you'd probably look at. Where was I? Glenn Marshall. We have seen so much love down. Gonzo not doing so well. Nicky losing weight. Scott and his baby Gio moving to England. It's big, happy happens family, mate. It certainly is. Why aren't we using some of the under 23s on the bench like Oki Flex and Neves until we sign attacking players? Mate, I'm with you, mate. I thought Oki Flex might be on the bench yesterday. I think he's an option, mate. I like him. What I've seen of him in pre-season, he looks good. And it would have been a good one to bring him on yesterday. It's not like when Odebeku come on against Man United, it was a bit out of his depth, but coming on against Man United is quite a tough, daunting task anyway. Coming on against a Palace is a bit easier, no offence to them. What do you think about Dinamo? Tough game, mate. It's going to be a tough game. I forgot when the draw came out, I forgot that they beat Tottenham 3-0. They're a good side. That's going to be probably the hardest game of the old tie. That first game is going to be a tough game. That's not going to be an easy game, mate. Can see Moyes utilising the false nine position if Vlasic gets over the line when Mickey gets in? Yeah, I think the false nine is going to be used, whether it's Lingard, whether it's Vlasic, whether it's both. Who knows? Could be both. I think the false nine might get used quite a bit. And if Fornals is dipping in with the goals, then there's no reason why that won't work. Because Fornals looks like, he's got his shooting boots on this year. I've been saying the same. Okaflex is skillful, never has a great attitude, and a real winner. Got some nice, exciting young players, which is good. John, I think Moyes don't trust them, but sure better than Yama. Bringing on Yama is a total waste of time. It is. It's just you might get a left foot swinger that goes in every now and then. Vlasic is so good. If you watch Croatia, he scored so many bangers. Thanks for that point, Newman, mate. Appreciate that. Acid, he's past his best by 5 years, and obviously that's Yarmo. Afternoon, Luke. I think you've done a lot of people a lot of good in the lockdown period. A big thanks for me. Thanks, Peter. I know you comment on every single one of my videos. I know your comments are always nice and short. You always say thanks, but honestly, mate, I appreciate that thanks, and you know that because I put one of the little arts on every single comment, mate. If your comment's the smallest one-word comment or 300 pages, sometimes like Duncan might go on 3-page comments that I read every single one. Dynamo is out of form. Thierry Neves reminds me of a young Antonio, more of a natural finisher. He's aggressive and powerful. Exciting then, mate. Hopefully he can get through. So, Vlasic is the Lingard replacement. We still need a striker. We do. And I think we'll go in the loan market. For those of you who just joined, I think we'll go in the loan market. And I think that striker will come in, but it might be a loan. It might not be a permanent. So, they might go with try before you buy it on someone like an Origi. Sorry. So, I don't know if you guys follow this bloke on Twitter. you know, he tweets a lot about West Ham. Nicola Shirova says Vlasic has agreed personal terms with West Ham for a contract until 2026. West Ham are at the final stages with CSK Moscow to close the deal around 30 million euros. Everton will receive 15% on the sale. Man United have turned down the bid for Lingard. So if there's any truth in that, it'd be very, very interesting. Yama, one swinger every 2 seasons. Duncan says he'll keep it down to 2 words. No, I'm joking, mate. Honestly, I do read your comments. I do. You go really in depth, and it's good. It means you proper watch the videos, and you got passion about West Ham as well. What we got here? When Neves came on as a sub against Brighton in the under-23s, not only did he score, but he was shouting at the team to raise their games, even though he's a youngster on the pitch. Yeah, it's good to see. It's good character. Vlasic looked great. He has a great right foot and looks good in the Russian league. I've always liked the Eastern European players: Croatians, Serbians, Russians. The Czech players, all them like players around that sort of area, all come with a very good mentality. They're hard working, they're strong. See it, Sufal, Souček, in the past, Stimac, what player he was. Repka as well, Czech, tough, hard man. I like them, that area. Serbians, Czechs, Croatians, Russians, always decent players. Vlasic and Lingard is what we need to push the first 11. Yeah, well, don't know what's going to happen with Lingard. Like I say, I don't know. Like I say, apparently there's a meeting today. But yeah, there's not much on that, to be honest with you, mate. And I assume that something will happen. Apparently Lingard might go to Atletico Madrid as well. There are rumours that he could go to Atletico as well. So we'll wait and see. How many points do you expect West Ham from Europa League? What's there? So there's 6 games, 18 points. I think should be aiming for 10. Should be aiming for 10 points, really. 3 wins and a draw, 2 losses. I'll be quite happy with that, and I think that would be enough. I followed his career at Reading. He was expected to go on to have big things back then. He had a bad injury that set him back a bit. But he looks like he's coming back. And Glenn Marshall says 10 points. Right, guys, I am going to wrap it up there because I've been going on for a very, very long time. And I start to get a sore throat, actually. I need some cherry aid or something. Anyway, guys, thank you so, so much. Honestly, went up to like nearly 50, 60, 70 odd people watching at one point. Just dropped down a little bit now, which is understandable. It's a long old show. I don't expect everyone to watch it. But yeah, if you did watch it and you liked it, give it a like. If you didn't like it, just go away and don't watch it. Comment and give me some questions for Zavon Hines. And when I say comment, I mean put into the comments section. So when you finish watching this video in a minute, come back to it, go into the comments. If you've got any questions that you want me to ask Zavon Hines tomorrow, because I'm interviewing him at 12 o'clock tomorrow. I'm recording it, and then I'll put it out probably tomorrow night or, later, Tuesday or something like that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that tomorrow. So if you've got some questions for him, please put them in. Thanks for all these nice comments just to end the show, guys. Yeah, until next time, guys, come on, you irons. Keep believing. Let's go. Enjoy the football. Hopefully the Spurs lose.